evening, friends. This is Geeti here again. Now, today we are going to do a very prominent, a very important exercise, something that I have seen with people when I have worked with people. I have seen that mostly everybody needs this exercise. And this is called the inner child healing. That is, healing your inner child self, healing your little innocent, bubbly self when you were a little child and when you kind of trusted the whole world and you kind of you were the best version of yourself. So this is what we are going to do, friends. Now for this I really need you to take a very comfortable posture. Either you can sit or you can lie down, whichever ways you're comfortable. If you're wearing loose comfortable clothing, it is the best to get the most out of this exercise. And what I would also request is that lie down only if you feel that you will not sleep. Because if you go off to sleep, you will miss the entire exercise. So take a very, very comfortable posture. Close your eyes and be with your breath. Just observe your in breath and your out breath. Your in breath and your out breath. And just visualize that there is a big clock in front of you. It is a big round clock, almost like a grandmother's clock. And as its hands are moving backwards, you are moving into a beautiful state of relaxation. And you are going backwards to your childhood home, where you lived as a little child. 12, 11. You are moving into a deep state of relaxation. 10. Just step into the process. 9. Just float into this feeling that it is happening now. 8. Just be there. 7. Just step into the emotions of the moment. Any pain, any painful feeling, any pain, anything that may be arising in your body at this point of time. 6. Just allow it to escalate, to grow deeper and deeper. 5. Allow the intensity to grow as much to a point where you can bear with it. 5. Is it something that you are visualizing or you are feeling for the very first time within yourself? Or is it a feeling that you have felt before? 4. You're nearly there. You're doing very well, very well. 3. Just relive the experience, completely reliving it and releasing it. 2, 1. Step into your childhood home. Just Just go and find the room where your inner child is living at this point of time. Go into his bedroom and knock at his door. Remember the people through which you used to peep when you were an inner child, a small little child yourself? You may also peep through the peephole to see what your inner child is doing. Gently open the door and take the permission of your inner child to let yourself in. What is your inner child doing? How are you feeling at this point of time? Now that you have met your inner child after so many years, how are you feeling? How is your inner child feeling when he looks at his adult self? Just put your inner child on your lap and you can gently put your hand around your inner child. Gently talking to the inner child. Exchanging some sweet messages. You may even hug your inner child if your inner child allows you to do that. Spend some time with your inner child. You can color together, you can draw together, you can do a puzzle together till your inner child starts trusting you again, till your inner child starts feeling comfortable around you. You can draw some pictures of a tree, a house, any kind of an animal, or you may even begin to do a puzzle, helping each other to put the puzzle pieces together. Whatever is comforting for your inner child. Your inner child is your child self. Look into the eyes of your inner child. Make an eye contact with your inner child. All those lovable, sparkling, bubbling eyes, those innocent eyes that your inner child holds at this moment of time. Building a soul contact with your inner child. You can sit together, you can entwine together in the exercise, in the activity that you are doing. You can laugh together, you can hold each other's hands gently, just allowing the inner child to feel very, very comfortable around you. Allowing your inner child to trust you completely. Now, whenever you feel comfortable, Whenever your inner child is comfortable, you can ask him, you can seek his permission to allow you to take him out into the park. Would your inner child like to go out in the park and spend some time together? Maybe on the seesaw, the swing, the merry-go-round, and many more equipments that are there to have a good time together. If your inner child agrees, if your inner child says yes, just take your inner child's hands gently into yours and move out of the house towards that park, which is full of slides and all the play equipment. You can both have a good time together, swinging, dancing, playing, running, sliding. Just see yourself, imagine yourself having a wonderful time with your inner child, your child self. You are both having an amazing time together. You're following your inner child, taking him wherever he wants to go, and being with him, participating in all the games that you are playing together, all the play equipment that you are in together. You're having the most wonderful time together, and your inner child is becoming more and more sensitized to the whole process. Your inner child has started feeling the trust, the faith in you. You are both having an amazing time on the play equipment. You're having the best possible conversation together. And now that you have been playing together for some time, you can buy a small little gift for your inner child. You can buy him a bunch of balloons, which are the colors of the rainbow. You can go to the balloon wala, taking your inner child with you and buying him different color balloons. violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, or any other color that the child chooses to have. And now you can put the balloons in his hand and bring him back to your childhood home, into his bedroom. If he wishes, he can sit up or he can lie down, whichever ways he is comfortable. Remember that every balloon represents a certain specific quality which your inner child desires, which your inner child did not have when young. Qualities like strength, courage, self-esteem, self-approval, self-love, the ability to draw healthy boundaries and say no, the ability to forgive freely after understanding the bigger picture, and so on. There could be many more qualities that your inner child is starved of and wishes to have. Give him one balloon, say red, and ask him, what is that quality that your inner child desires when he sees the color red? What is it that spontaneously comes into his mind? Is it courage? Is it strength? Is it self-love? Is it self-esteem? Is it self-approval? Is it self-appreciation? Is it confidence? It could be just about anything that comes very, very spontaneously. Now give your child the second balloon and ask your child, what is the quality that had been missing which this color represents to your inner child? Similarly, give all the balloons one by one, noting down, making a mental note of the quality that it represents for your inner child. Now tell your inner child that the child is now full of all these beautiful qualities, and the child should be feeling strong, confident, and courageous at this point of time. You can also give the child a very special jacket which has all the colors of the rainbow. Now that the child is holding all the different colorful balloons representing a specific quality, you can give the child a special jacket. The child can wear this special jacket and harness all the qualities that this jacket represents. It is a magical jacket which protects him completely. And now you can ask your inner child to visualize a forest and see which is that animal, which is that wild animal that the child or the birds or any other animal for that matter the child is attracted to most at this point of time, very spontaneously. Say it could be an owl, it could be a lion, it could be a tiger, it could be any other animal. And tell your inner child to just take few deep breaths and harness all the qualities of this animal inside it. For example, a lion represents courage, strength, dexterity. So, whatever animal comes to your child's mind spontaneously, ask your inner child to take a few deep breaths and harness all the qualities of that animal inside its body, mind, and spirit, inside its energy body, completely from the top of the head to the tip of the toes, feeling completely energized, strong, courageous, and fully protected. Give your inner child the time to do this exercise properly. Once this is done, you can bring your inner child, in front of the perpetrator. The perpetrator is the person who may have harmed the child or scolded the child or done anything to the child that is still very deep in his memory, in his consciousness, or may have even molested the child for that matter. It could be just about anything that happens. Bring him in front of the perpetrator and just visualize that your inner child is shrinking that perpetrator into the size which is the same as your inner child for a more comfortable, for a more pronounced interaction. And ask your inner child to completely project all his feelings, all his actions, all his emotions onto the perpetrator. Almost like completely stepping into the energetic body of the perpetrator, or by breathing in all these things, all these feelings, all these actions, all these thoughts, all these emotions, just breathing it into the perpetrator so that the perpetrator can understand how the inner child felt with its rude behavior or with its behavior. Just blowing out, just exhaling. Exhaling all the feelings, all the actions, everything at this point of time, that all the emotions, everything, emoting everything onto the perpetrator, onto the perpetrator's energy body. Just projecting all his feelings onto the perpetrator. And you can also mentally communicate with your perpetrator now that your perpetrator has shrunk to your size in order to have a fairer dialogue with your perpetrator. Keep on projecting your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions onto the perpetrator till you feel complete and thorough in doing so. Notice your perpetrator's body language. Is your perpetrator feeling ashamed for all that he has done? Is he realizing all that he has done to you and is he ashamed of his behavior? Is he ready to apologize to you profusely for behaving in a certain manner which was not appropriate, which is not conducive? Look into the eyes of your perpetrator and fathom his behavior completely, totally, fully, thoroughly. What is happening to your perpetrator at this point of time? Is his eyes full of tears? Is he filled with remorse for his behavior? Has he been able to realize the consequences of his actions? Has he been able to understand his abusive behavior towards you and what it may have done to you at this point of time? And that now you have been able to completely project your feelings, thoughts, and actions on to your perpetrator, and your perpetrator may have realized the reason for his bad behavior, may have understood that he had behaved very badly at that point of time. Now be ready to see the bigger picture. As I count from 1 to 5, you will see yourself like an energy ball, and you will step into the energy body of your perpetrator. 1. You are moving towards your perpetrator. Remember, you are loaded with all the beautiful qualities. You're wearing the special jacket. You're holding the beautiful balloons in your hand. And you are completely safe in this environment. And you are fully protected to just step into your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your actions. 3. Just relive the experience as if it is happening now. Relive to release everything and to allow the healing to occur. 4. You have almost turned into an energy ball with any color of your choice, in any color of your choice, and you're projecting your energy ball into your perpetrator's energy body. It's almost like you have stepped into the shoes of your perpetrator to understand the reason for their rude behavior, to understand the reason for their actions, to understand the reason for their rude reactions. Just feel the feelings of your perpetrator completely. Just step into the energy child or the child self of your perpetrator, the inner child of your perpetrator. How was your perpetrator's childhood? Did he have a good childhood? Look into his eyes very intensely to understand the reasons for his behavior, to understand the bigger picture. What kind of parents did your perpetrator have? What kind of a family was the perpetrator brought up in? Were the perpetrator's parents very good, or were they very strict with the perpetrator? Did the perpetrator ever have a happy childhood? Just gain all the information about the perpetrator's inner child self, about the perpetrator's childhood, every minutest detail, so that you are able to understand the reasons for the perpetrator's behavior. Was the perpetrator ever abused as a child? What kind of an upbringing did the perpetrator have? Were the perpetrators' parents having an amicable relationship between themselves? You may realize that the perpetrator himself did not have a happy childhood, or may have had many, many reasons, different reasons for his behavior, for his uncouth behavior. Now that your inner child knows the reasons for the perpetrator's bad behavior, your adult self, you can tell your inner child the entire story, making him understand what has happened, making him understand the clear picture, making him understand the real picture, helping him to understand the real situation. And now that your inner child has been able to understand the bigger picture, understand the perpetrator's childhood and reasons for his behavior, are you ready to forgive your perpetrator? Are you ready to make peace with the situation? Are you ready to bring that peace within yourself? Are you ready to neutralize that charge? If yes, then you can shrink your inner child to the size of your palm and you can put the inner child into your heart. Just feel that your inner child has shrunk and the inner child is melting into your heart. And you can fill it with a spark of light, love, and affection. After you have done this process, as I count from 1 to 5, you can come back into the now moment. 1. You have put the inner child into your heart, surrounding it with love, surrounding it with safety, surrounding it with affection. 2. You're coming back feeling very confident, feeling very safe. 3. You're almost back into the now moment. 2. You're almost here. 1. Just come back and gently put your hands together. Put your hands on your eyes for a few seconds and come back into this moment feeling very whole and complete, feeling very, very peaceful within yourself. Hello, friends, welcome back. This is just a small part of the healing process that happens. There is definitely more to it. So, if you wish to do any personal sessions, you are most welcome to contact me on 98302 26429. I am also doing sessions online now. I'm doing Skype sessions because of the COVID 19 virus. So you can most happily approach me if you feel that you have something like this which you really want to move away from. Not move away from, that is a wrong word to use, but something which you would like to heal in your life. Thank you, friends. Have a great evening. Thank you for being there with me and for giving me this precious time of yours.